Hey y'all, my name is Jason Robertson. I'm the owner of Outdoor Legacy Gear. Today I want to give you a full review of the Pulsar Core RXQ30V thermal rifle scope. Now if you're looking for just a short bird's eye review, we've done one of those. You can look below, we'll put that link. It'll be a much shorter review that just gives you the basic specs and overview of the scope. But if you want something in-depth, with an explanation of all the features, then this is the review to continue watching. It's going to be kind of long because this scope is jam-packed with features. So jumping right into it, this is a scope that I'm really excited about. And I get to see a lot of night vision, a lot of thermal, and it's a blessing to get to go out and hunt with a lot of this stuff, but rarely am I excited about something. And this scope is the exception to that rule. Reason being, it's jam-packed with features, and Pulsar put it out at a record-breaking price. This scope is currently the least expensive weapons mountable thermal rifle scope ever to hit the market. It's at $1,899. When you hear that price, you might think it's a stripped down entry-level version, but I guarantee you it's not. And stick around, listen to these features, and I think you'll agree with me. First things first, let's talk about what it doesn't have, which is a very short list. But there are a couple things that might be important to you, and let's get that out of the way now so you won't watch this whole video and then find out at the end that there's something that you really want this scope doesn't have. Number one, it does not have a objective focus ring. There's no way to adjust the focus on the objective. It is a fixed focus to infinity. I've used this scope extensively. I've used it from 10 yards up to 450 yards. I've killed a ton of hogs with it. I've had no problems with the focus at all. I would not let that concern me, but if it is something that's important to you, it's not there. Second, and the biggest, is that there is no external video out port. That means there is no way to record video from this optic. There's no internal recording. You can't hook a DVR up to it. No way. You might put a camera behind it. That's not practical. That's basically it. There's no way to get video out, and for some guys who want to record their hunts, that's a deal breaker. But if it's not, continue watching. The only other thing that's any different about this optic is that it does have a sapphire green tint over the display. So it's just exactly like it sounds. When you look through the scope, everything is tinted green. I really like that. I wasn't sure about it at first, but the more I've used it, I've come to love it. All the customers that I've sold these to and talked to them, the feedback has been excellent on it. And basically, it's just easy on the eyes. It does not cause the eye strain that a bright black and white screen does. So again, it's just something Pulsar put on this unit, and I really like it, and I hope to see it on more units as an option in the future. Jumping right in on the features, this has got a 384 by 288 resolution. It's at 17 microns. If you don't know what microns are, just know the smaller the number, the better. It has to do with pixel size. And to give you some comparison of where a 17 is, on the scale, last year, all of the Pulsar units were at 25 microns. And if you went and bought a $10,000 thermal unit, the high-end stuff right now, you're looking at 11 or 12 microns. So 17 is really low. It's a big jump down from 25. So again, that just will give you a better image quality with smaller pixels. Now moving back, we've got an AMOLED display. That's a big deal. That's a high-resolution 640 by 480 display. And to give you an idea of how big of a deal it is, last year, in Pulsar's thermal lineup, the least expensive thermal rifle scope they had with an AMOLED display was $4,000. It was a $1,000 upgrade to get an OLED display. And they're putting the latest technology, which is the AMOLED, in this unit right here, $1,899. It's also got a very fast 50 Hertz refresh rate. If you're not familiar with that, essentially the refresh rate is the number of times that the image is refreshed on the display per second. So the industry standard is 30 Hertz. 30 Hertz is fine for any kind of still hunting, walking around, just normal hunting conditions. If you move much faster than that, you can get into an issue where you move the scope too fast, the image doesn't refresh fast enough and you get lag or you get a choppy video. 60 hertz is where normally most people that are hunting out of helicopters, fast moving vehicles, they'll go with a 60 hertz. But normally the price difference can be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to upgrade to a 60 hertz. Again, 50 hertz, Pulsar is including that in here at the same price. So again, pretty amazing that they've done that. It's got a 1.6 power optical magnification with up to a 6.4 power digital zoom. So 1.6 up to a 6.4. Also, you've got right here on the front, you've got this. This is the little lens cap that you can open and close with a little short twist. Moving back, you'll see here, this is your battery cap in the battery compartment. Just twist, it comes right off. This is tethered. That's very smart, so you don't lose that at night in the field. Inside, you see two CR123A disposable lithium batteries. Everybody wants to know what the battery life is. It's hard for me to say. Most of my hunts last from 15 to 45 minutes at a time, so I'm not out all night at one time using it, but I would say a couple hours of battery life is going to be pretty standard. I've been very happy with it, I'll say that. I've had no issues at all. If you're concerned about battery life, Pulsar does include this external battery adapter. What you do here, you take out the CR123A batteries, you insert this adapter, it slides all the way in and snaps. At that point, you now have two external battery power options. One, you can use any of the Pulsar EPS battery packs, or you can use this included USB cable, plug it in, and now you have a standard normal size USB adapter here that will plug into any external battery pack. There's a lot of these external USB battery packs on the market now. You get the right one, it will easily run this scope all night long. You could mount it back here on the buttstock. Again, you can use the Pulsar EPS battery packs that are great as well. You have two options there. Also, you'll see when you put this lens cap back on, it snaps in, it feels tight and snug. It's got an O-ring there, it makes it 100% waterproof. This scope has an IPX7 waterproof rating. That means that it is fully submersible for up to 3 foot of water for 30 minutes. So any kind of normal hunting conditions of raining and splashing water, there should be no issues at all. Again, fully submersible up to 3 foot for 30 minutes, which is really pretty neat. Back here on the back, you'll see that you have this eyepiece adjustment. It's a focus. Again, this is not an objective focus, but it's an eyepiece focus. It just focuses it to your eye. You have this removable rubber eyepiece cap. I really like it. Some people don't like these, eyepiece cups. I do. It's up to you. You can pop it off, pop it on. On the top here, there's 4 buttons, and these buttons control all the menu features and anything that you need to do. You can do most everything quickly with 1 to 2 touches, but if you do want to get inside and get into all the internal menus, again, those buttons right there are what does it. It has a 985-yard human-sized target detection range. So a human standing up at 985 yards should be detectable in the proper conditions by this scope. Obviously, identification range is going to be much closer than that, but again, that's a detection range. Jumping into some of the other features that are internal, there's a bunch, and I know I'm probably going to forget something, but it's got picture-in-picture zooming. If you're not familiar with that, it's a little difficult to explain, but it's kind of like it sounds. It has picture-in-picture, and so what you have is your base magnification. You enable picture-in-picture, and you have a small little window within your screen. It has a reticle as well as your main screen. So now, if you've got a group of hogs and you want to pick out the biggest one and shoot it, you can use your picture-in-picture. You're able to use the small image, put the reticle on it. At the same time, out of your peripheral vision, you're still able to see your whole field of view. And I really like it, especially if you've got deer or cows, other animals out there. You don't have to worry about something, running into your shooting lane and you not know it. You're able to see everything, but still have the small picture-in-picture. Then, after the first shot and everything starts running, you don't have to push any buttons. You just move your eye down to the main reticle and the full screen. You can take those follow-up shots very easy there. It's a super feature, and I can't hardly hunt without it anymore. Also, it has 3 zeroing profiles, and what that means is that you can actually use this scope and sight it in on 3 different rifles. You'll see here, this is the included Pulsar quick detach mount. It is a return to zero mount. You need to test that yourself on your rifles, but I've had no problem whatsoever, and I've removed this thing over and over and over and put it back, and it's remained zeroed every time. So you're able to pop it off, take it to another rifle, sight it in, save that profile, and again move it between rifles. Something's really nice. It has multiple reticle options. It has dead pixel repair, which is a really cool feature. If you ever do get a dead pixel somewhere on the OLED display, you can just go in there and repair that pixel, and it's no problem at all. Very quick and easy. You've also got the Pulsar one-shot zeroing, which is a really nice feature. It takes me more than one shot, I'm not going to lie, but it is a nice feature to be able to go and freeze the frame, see where you hit, see where you're aiming, move your reticle to it, and it shouldn't take you near as many shots as it would if you were doing a normal windage and elevation adjustment by counting clicks. So again, another nice feature. I'm sure I'm leaving a lot of stuff out, but that's again kind of a basic overview. It does include a wireless remote if that's something you want. A lot of guys will use these on a tripod system. They want to be able to just lean up, look through it, and use the remote to control the features. So you do have that option. It's rated for up to a .375 caliber. So that should cover most all of the standard hunting rifles that you're going to come across. 308s, 223s, 270s will all be good. Again, up to a .375. This is a scope that I believe is going to change the thermal market. And the reason being, it's got the latest technology, the latest features. They're all in here, and it's at an amazing price. There's been a lot of guys who have wanted to get into thermal hunting, but they just couldn't quite justify the cost. And I fully understand that. And I know that $1,899 is still not chump change to a lot of people. I fully understand that. But it is attainable for a lot of people that in the past have just been looking and saying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. There's no way I'll be able to afford that. This is something that gets to a price that maybe they can't afford. I think there's going to be a lot of guys that have been using the Sightmark Photons, the ATNX sights, and they really want to upgrade. I think this is going to be the scope that's going to do it for them. Again, I've used it extensively for over a month. I've killed a lot of hogs with it. I've been extremely pleased with this scope. I can't think of any negatives other than not having a video recording feature. Other than that, it just flat works. So, if you've got any questions about this, if you're not sure about something, I didn't explain it well, if I left something out, or you just want to know how it works and some explanations, give us a call. I'll be glad to talk to you. We'll put the number below. If you call and don't get us, leave a message. I'll call you back as soon as I can. I'm on the phone with customers all day, but I enjoy talking to you and answering your questions before and after the sale. Our customer service is second to none. We're going to give you customer service that these big box stores are not going to be able to give you. They're not going to know the products, and that's what we're here for. We're hunters just like you, and we want to talk to you. We want to hear how the scope performs. We want to answer your questions, again, before and after the sale. This unit does have a Pulsar 3-year warranty on it. Pulsar is a great company. They're based right here in Texas, so you don't have to worry about calling overseas if you have issues with it. They'll deal with you right here in Texas. Again, super company. They stand behind their products, so there's nothing to worry about there. Feel free, again, give us a call. You can check us out at outdoorlegacygear.com. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more night vision and accessory reviews. You can also find us on Instagram. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video.